Today we got two very familiar faces, second generation football house residents. You guys want to introduce yourself?
Mize, you go first.
All right, what's going on? It's Josh, Myslick, more familiarly known as Mice. I went to school at Milliken from 2015 all the way to 2020. It was a wild ride.
Sick, bro.
I'm Graham. Graduated in 2019. Started in 2015. Member of the football team all 4 years. And Mize couldn't have said it better, man. Wild ride for 4 years. So, a lot of good stuff coming out of that school.
Agreed.
Not anymore.
So on to yeah. So on today's episode, we're gonna let these two, get some time to sit there and tell some stories that come to mind. Then we're gonna go dive into our luxurious football careers as we were all teammates. And we're going to finish up, which is kind of like, where life is now, as usual, just to see where everyone's at. And if you guys have any questions at the end of this episode for either of these two guests, please comment, hit us up, whatever, and we will do everything we can to sit there and get it answered. So with that being said, boys, the floor is officially yours. Where are we going back in time to?
I don't know, Graham, you want to go all the way back to Blackburn?
Yeah, that's where it started, bro. 2015, Blackburn Hall, third floor, historically
What
an
room
all-women's dorm.
What room
And,
were we?
of course, what's that?
What room were we in?
Dude, I don't know. Do you remember our room number?
I don't remember our room number.
I know we were the third door off of the, what was that, the west exit? We were the third room in if you walk up the stairs towards the main hall. So
They gave you guys a compass to figure out that?
no.
Yeah, that was a part of it.
Figured it out. But originally, we weren't supposed to be. We met at, what was it, Mize?
We met at
Milliken overnight.
Yeah.
What's that?
So
an
fun
overnight.
fact, me and Josh. Yeah, so we visited college campus for football. I played football in high school at OPRF, Oak Park River Forest, and Mize played for Hinsdale Central. So we actually played each other in high school.
Okay.
And then we saw each other at the party, and we hit it off right then and there. And then we planned on being roommates. I was originally supposed to be roommates with Gabe Ziatone, and then he was actually texting me saying, hey man, I'm Gabe from Ohio. I can't wait to be your roommate. And then I'm like, oh nope, sorry man, I already have a roommate. And then me and Mize were put together. And that's when everything took off, man. First year of college. Holy cow.
I was living in Blackburn. You guys do anything
I
crazy?
mean, it was, so Blackburn was crazy because the first 2 floors of Blackburn were female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the third floor, which we're the only, I don't know what it is now, but our whole entire time and before our time at Milliken, it was all female dorm. It was a strictly, predominantly female dorm. So we were the first and I believe the last male floor to ever inhabit Blackburn. To say.
And there probably was a fucking good reason.
Well,
There probably was a good reason.
well, funny thing.
I'm pretty sure there's
Funny thing, it actually is co-ed now. Before it, like whenever I got there, it was all girls. It stayed that way, but then when I got to a sophomore, it turned into a co-ed again. That was the only one. Assis still stayed as all guys, but Blackburn was still co-ed.
Yeah. Before me and Josh got there, historically, it's always been girls, like strictly girls only.
Which makes sense.
And we were the first, because I think our class was so big at Milliken, they couldn't put everyone everywhere they wanted to, so they had to put us up on the 3rd floor in Blackburn.
Oh, wow.
And it was actually kind of legit. But fast forward, the girl who is staying right beneath us is my girlfriend now. But
would you look at that? Would you look at that?
yeah, how funny is that? So,
and I mean the girls from the 2nd floor were. I mean, they were our best friends throughout the entirety of our time at Milliken. You know, we were like as thick as honey, if that's the saying. I don't know what the saying is.
As thick as thieves.
Yeah, we were always together every weekend. Every time we were doing something, it was us guys, and it was the girls from the 2nd floor of Blackburn.
So would you go as far to say that, looking back at like your tenure over there, that your dorm situation actually sat there and was like the catalyst for the rest of it, for the rest of your stay with, in terms of who you were friends with and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say predominantly just because of, I mean, freshman year, it was kind of like right off the bat, it was kind of just like that, like us guys set the precedent, like this is how we act, we're comfortable with who we are, and the girls kind of accepted that, and they were like, yeah, I mean, you guys are solid guys, like we wouldn't mind hanging out with you guys every weekend. And
are you guys still in contact with these people?
Kind of just took off from there.
Mine is more so than I am.
For the most part, yeah. I talk to, I would say, everybody, be it in random, sporadic communications or constant communications. I'm still in contact with the majority of people.
That's pretty cool. That means that put you guys about damn near a decade of friendship now, right?
Yeah, 2015, and it's 2023. We actually went out with a bunch of them in the summer of 2023.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what 2015, 5 years? I don't know. I'm terrible at math. That's kind of part of the reason why I became a cop. But, yeah. That's crazy.
What night was it that I broke the window to the door to the 2nd floor?
No
Blackburn.
way.
That was.
I don't even think it was like a party night. I think we were sober, and I was just like knocking on the door, and I kneed it way too hard because my hands were full of groceries or something.
Yep, and it cracked everywhere. Shattered, dude. Shattered. We were bringing in groceries or something, and we were trying to go to the girls' dorm. And he was like knocking on the door with his knee, and it just shattered. And Mize just turns around like, it was hilarious, dude.
What did public safety
Had no
know?
intentions of hitting it that hard.
Our freshman year too, we took a couch from the basement of Blackburn and moved it up to our room.
Yep.
And our chief of police knows about that. She brings it up to us a couple times a year.
Yeah.
She'll be like, you guys aren't stealing furniture from the department, are you?
Yeah, because they did, dude. I guess they did a report on that. Our RA on our floor had to like do a report on it, and he knew about it. He came in the room, he saw it, he laughed, and he walked right out. So it's not like he really cared. I mean, it was still in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody used the basement for it anyway. It was disgusting. It was
all
smelled.
Yeah, we usually used it for the microwave.
Like most of Decatur.
Except it didn't smell like soy, which smelled good.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you guys know you missed
Decatur
the
kind of turned into a...
Hell no, bro.
Yeah, I'd take it over some of the stuff that I smell nowadays, but, that's all right.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like baby crap.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about, though. That's what I was really thinking. That's what I was really thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it smells pretty similar, but you remember the golf ball incident?
Yep. So, I
don't really remember that incident too well.
Yeah, so I don't know. We got a bunch of golf balls to go to the driving range, or somehow Josh got a hold of a bunch of golf balls. And they were in our room forever.
Grace gave them to us.
Okay. And they were in our room for a while, and, you know, Mize got bored one day, so he decided it'd be a good idea, and we lived on the 3rd floor. So he decided it'd be a good idea to throw the golf balls out of the window. Well, lo and behold, he hit someone throwing one of the golf balls out the window.
Not true.
They then called the police, the campus police, Milliken police, who, it was a woman officer, came upstairs, and I was in the shower, just got out of the shower, and I walked back into our room, and Mize is being questioned by the female officer while I am just butt naked. And so yeah, had to explain my way out of that one. Why are you guys throwing golf balls out of the window? I was in the shower, man.
How did they know it was you guys?
So that was pretty funny.
Speaking of showers, do you remember when we had that fire alarm and everybody had left the building and I was left in the shower?
Yep, and you came outside in a freaking towel. I remember that. It was hilarious. Or the dude, what happened? Our fan broke or something, and we were like, we don't want to throw this out, so we would just throw it out of our window on the 3rd floor, out on the grass side. We threw TVs, microwaves, fans, just to watch them break. That's all we cared about. It was hilarious, dude.
You remember when the underpasses would flood?
Yes.
There's a video of me somewhere out there. I went and I jumped in the underpass. What is that? Where Aston? What street does Aston bump up to?
Is that Main Street?
It would be Main Street.
Main Street in Oakland, I think.
It's Oakland.
Oh, it's Oakwood.
Oakwood Street, yes.
Yeah.
Oakwood Street, because it's the brick paved road, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The train, the underpass for the train on Oakwood flooded.
Always was.
All the way up to the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm going to go jump in there and swim. So I took my clothes off and I ran and I just belly flopped right in the middle of the street. Well, it was like belly button deep water.
No way. Dude, that was a fucking...
Dude, it was hilarious. And then we're all running, because we dared Miles to do it, or he was just like, hey, watch this, and we all ran outside. It was like it was the whole floor, dude. Everyone on our floor, by the way, was like super close. There was baseball guys, football guys, theater guys. Remember Diego and I forget the tall dude's name. Brandon.
Brody.
Yeah, all those guys. We were all super close. We always ran in each other's rooms. It was cool. That's another aspect of Milliken I miss is camaraderie between people.
There was always open rain in everybody's room.
Right.
You could pretty much open everybody had their doors open during the day.
Mm-hmm.
You'd pretty much just pop in and be like, hey, what the fuck's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say some outlandish shit and then leave.
Yep. Every day, all day. So we go outside, we watch Mize do this. He jumps in it with his, only his boxers on. And then it's still raining. So we all run back inside. We're all like running up the staircase. And the 2nd floor landing, just before you go up to the steps for the 3rd floor, Mize just eats it terribly. And the entire staircase just shakes, dude. It was hilarious. And I want to say that the person who has the video of it is Tristan, Wyatt's old roommate. And it was hilarious, dude. It was hilarious. We did so much dumb stuff in that place. I'm surprised we didn't burn it down.
So going from your guys' stories about talking about your first year there from Blackburn, there's a story that I remember that happened when you guys had got to the woods. I don't know if it included you, Graham. I know it included you, Mize. There was a story about a party that I think it was at your apartment that you had been thrown at the woods, and some furniture made its way into the woods pool.
You know what? I think it was the night that. So we had recruits over. I'm pretty sure Cal Port was my recruit that night.
No way, you guys did
My
that.
bathroom, my bathroom got destroyed. Mine and Jake.
I remember. I was there. I remember.
Mine and Jake Ruff's bathroom got destroyed. We had somebody puke in our bathroom sink.
That was Ash.
Rip our shower door off of the frame, kick holes in our bathroom, rip our toilet paper holder out of the wall. So I was so pissed that I took the beer pong table that was outside on the patio and I threw it off of the patio into like the middle of the woods, and I think somehow it ended up in the middle of the pool that night. Because I don't personally think that I threw it in there, but I think that somebody saw me throwing shit, so somebody was like, "Yeah, let's fucking throw this shit."
The bitch.
Yeah, bro.
I have no correlation of what's going on right now, but he's throwing shit, so I'm gonna throw shit. So I think other people ended up throwing shit in the pool.
You guys were definitely on Sarge's list. For
Dude, no,
dude,
Sarge is our boy, man. I still talk to Sarge.
I have Sarge on
day.
Snapchat. Me and Sarge still talk to this day.
Yeah. We were on his shit list at first, but, you know, we would always, the next day after we did something stupid, like, I remember we went around the woods and I punched what are those things called? Where, you know, you have your laundry and the exhaust comes out, those exhaust pipes that stick out, and they have the covers on them.
Uh-huh.
Dude, me and Amber went around the entire complex of the woods and punched them off. Dude, oh my god, dude. Gabe crashed into the fence with his car because he, like, had an ADHD moment.
No fucking way.
We almost burnt our place down to the ground. We ripped the ceiling fan out of our 509. We almost ran through a wall. I mean, it was unreal, dude. The amount of stuff.
What about 1208? You guys had
1208 was even worse, dude.
You guys had a human-sized hole in the hallway going into your closet.
Yeah, it was me and Wyatt wrestling, and
that's what started the hole, and then it just got progressively bigger and bigger.
and then, dude, people would drop like cans and dip and like a bunch of trash in the hole. So at some point, because the hole was up pretty high, it was filled, dude. It was filled. And I hope no one in the woods is listening, but Jake Rob's dad was a carpenter painter. So he came over one day, and me and him fixed the hole, and we never took the trash out of the wall.
Yo, which apartment, please? Which apartment was that?
Wow. What about your guys' kitchen in that apartment?
So that was in 1208?
1208.
You remember when Rory
tried
jumping off the wall and he went through it in the kitchen?
I want to say it was right outside my room. So soon as you walk in, you go to the left, and it was the first room as soon as you enter, like, the room of halls.
So
the hall room.
You know in the handicap apartments how there wasn't like a... So you walk in, you've got the living room area and the TV, and then you go straight, and there's a wall. It's pretty much if somebody ran right straight into that wall, that goes right into the first room's closet right there.
Yes.
And I think at one point, one of us I think it might have been me, punched my fist through the other side of the wall into Graham's closet.
Into my closet, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the glory hole of our apartment.
But I remember when Rory tried doing, like, the parkour office skit in the kitchen.
Yes.
And his foot went right through the wall, right next to the pantry, in between the kitchen and the pantry.
Oh, dude, remember when Dudens...
And then that became we used to throw knives and shit and forks at the wall.
Dude, darts. We used to throw darts in Mize's back, like all this stuff.
There's so many videos. There's so many videos of my back being used as a dartboard out there. I don't know. There's so many people that have different videos of, at the football house, at Graham's apartment, at Charlie and J-Mo's apartment.
Yeah. So it's safe to say you guys never got your security deposit back.
No, not even.
I got my security deposit back.
No way! How the hell did you get that? Dude,
it's because he didn't fucking live with them. That's why.
No, because I listed everything at the beginning of the year.
Oh my!
I listed shit that was fucked up, and they can't tell me that it wasn't fucked up already.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I put a scratch on the wall or a little pin on the wall. They take $100 off my shit. Like, dude,
I was very. What's the word? I was very asinine about every mark. I would be like, oh yeah, mark right here, take a picture, mark right here, take a picture, mark right here, take a picture. And then if they tried fucking disputing it, I'd be like, nope, look at all this shit. I have all this shit. Fuck you. Give me my deposit back.
Yeah, a lot of us didn't do that
shit. It's pretty safe to say that the Woods was like communist Russia, dude.
It's worse than.
Dude, he used to be really good. Our sophomore year and junior year was awesome. Until Sarge left, and then it just became terrible.
Once Sarge and whatever company Sarge worked for left, and the new management company took over,
awful
assholes, complete fucking douchebags. Fuck them. If they're still working, I hope they see this, and I hope they hear me say they are the worst.
Oh, trust me, I'll get this shit out. I fucking hate them.
I hope their children don't get into good schools. I hope they graduate, but I just hope they don't get into good schools.
I hope they graduate, but they don't get a
job.
Jeez Louise.
Alright.
Yeah, dude, the old guys, I know Delphos used to know him too, or so. I want to say it was you. The old guys, when we had Sarge, when our sophomore year, they would come to parties with us and drink with us.
Yes.
They would get hammered with us.
Who was the big guy? He was the big tatted guy. He always was ripping his vape. He'd always come up and he'd be like, "Hey, where's Josh, or where's Graham, or where's Jake?" And then we'd always go out there and talk to him, and he'd be like, "Hey, we're getting complaints. Can you guys keep it down?" And then we'd be like, "Yeah, we're all right." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna be coming back around in like 2 hours, so just make sure it's dispersed in 2 hours."
You guys are talking about, or I think you guys were talking about Chris Jameson.
Tank.
Probably.
It was Tank. It was Tank. His name was Tank.
Oh, yes. Dude, he was awesome too. And, respect goes a long way. So, he respected us, we respected him. And, after he would come around, we wouldn't, our parties were just, most of them were nuts to begin with. And it would always be in 509, dude. Me and Gabe were the only ones who lived in 509 because we signed our lease late. And we would have all the pre-games. But all the pre-games would just turn into parties. If there wasn't a party on BP Street or at the OG football house or any of that, it would just turn into a massive party.
Everybody would end up there.
Everyone, dude. Everyone. And that's, I would say 7 out of the 10 times that we would throw a pregame, it'd turn into a party.
Jeez.
So, which was pretty dope. It was awesome too.
Especially after Jake got that real nice speaker.
Dude, that
really nice speaker.
The big one,
almost every pregame turned into a party at your place.
Yeah, dude, it was so fun. No worries, no problems. All the security guards, Sarge, everyone was cool. They understood it, and then it just every 4 years, it just progressively got worse until our senior year, second semester. It got bad.
So pivoting from that. So now we've talked about your first year and then the 2 years that you ended up having to do in the Woods. Now we get to the cream of the crop of the conversation is when you all decided to sit there and live together, get the torch passed down to you, and have your guys' football house. Now, before you guys sat there, and I'm sure, obviously, we've had conversations about this, just over some beers while we were in school. I'm sure it's made its way in a conversation. When you guys sat there and you guys got together to sign that lease, and you guys sat down, you had the conversation with everyone that you lived with, did you know what you were taking on?
Yes, 100%.
Oh.
Dude, we knew from
there was no
year.
question about it. Everybody knew before junior year even started. They were like, no matter where we live, it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, it's going to be. And I don't know if you can remember. Is there a reason we didn't get the OG football house?
I think Amber, because Amber got like a $500 recommendation bonus because she lived in one of whoever rented our apartment out or our house out.
Yeah, that's right. I know we got like a big
because she ended up getting she ended up getting like a bonus, and then we ended up getting a discount.
But I want to say, dude, there was a reason why
I know that the original football house was under construction.
Okay, that's what it was then. I was gonna say we were trying to get the OG football house, but it was just like
It was that fucked up.
I'm sure everyone who's watching this knows what it was like, but it was a disaster, dude. It was like falling apart.
Yeah,
so
it was pretty bad.
Yeah, so it makes sense. And then everyone kind of knew, this is gonna kind of be the new football house right now, until the OG one. We made do with what we had available to us. Right.
It was a lot smaller of a house. It was a lot less indoor space to work with, but in like the nicer time of the year, we had a bunch of outdoor space. I would argue we had more outdoor space than what the original football house had.
Oh, really?
100%.
However, once it got cold and people didn't want to hang out in the alley or in the driveway, because it was all fenced in, which was also nice. You didn't have to worry. It was one singular way that people were going to be getting into the backyard was through either the house or the driveway. And it was nice because it held. I mean, I think at one point we had over 300 people in the house in the backyard at one time.
Yep.
And it felt a lot nicer because you could keep the inside secluded to more people that you trusted, and then outside was pretty much like, hey, free realm, do whatever you want. Because I know at points the old football house, they used to close off the upstairs until after a certain time. It was pretty much primarily downstairs in the basement and in the backyard, and then it slowly turned into then the main floor, but with the main floor you got to worry about locking your doors and all that, and that was something that we had to worry about. So it was nice that we didn't have to worry about that too much.
I think another unique thing to throw into that too is that, like, how much control that you guys had even when the place was packed. Because if you sit there and you remember, you walk into the house, you have kind of like this little hallway, and then directly in front of you to the left is the stairs to go up and all that shit.
Yeah.
How on lock you guys had it, because I think the biggest fears for sitting there and being a party house is just like, shit's gonna break. Something's gonna get fucking stolen. Like, when I had the house my senior year, somebody stole all of my spoons, dude, and I'm still pissed about it. I'm still pissed about that, bro.
That's a weird thing to steal, dude.
Fucking spoons.
Somebody stole all my
thing.
I mean, you got to think, like, my room was right to the right. It was before the stairs. It was right to the right when you walked through the front door. And almost almost everybody that we knew, more than just like on a party level, was like, "Hey, can I keep my shit in your room?"
Yeah, right.
So almost all the girls kept their jackets in my room. All the guys kept their cases of beer in my room that didn't live at the house. So it was, I had a lot of people going in and out of my room at one time, and I
It's a lot
had
of
to,
trust, you know.
I had to
That's
trust
scary.
that people weren't gonna be taking shit. And I mean, I had nice shit in my room. I had a pet. I had a snake. I had a gecko.
Oh, really, I didn't know
Big
that.
TV,
I had a big
PlayStation, like all
TV, a
that stuff.
PlayStation.
I mean, not to say like some of our
Dildos.
parties got super sketchy, and like when all the townies would show up, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
you'd bump into
God.
someone, and you'd be like, "Who? You are 42 years old,
You
and
don't
you should
even
not
know
be
this.
here. Like,
That
what are you
shit-
doing?
that
Who
shit
are
You don't
you?"
even know what
pisses me
college
off.
means. There's no college for me.
Right.
It pisses me off. They don't
Yeah.
even know what college
So
it is.
I'm like, and then that's kind of like it usually got. Yeah, usually when that happened, it usually got pretty late in the night, like 1 or 2 a.m.
Spell college for me, and 90% of the time they couldn't.
Yeah. And then, dude, I remember our senior year, it got bad. We had our first party of the year was awesome. It was kind of like Milliken was going in a slump with the parties, and no one, they started cracking down on, people drinking and going out and partying and stuff. And when we first got the house, our first summer back when we were at football camp, it was 2 weeks after our camp was over. So, like, we were there for 2 weeks. And then when everyone came back, that first weekend, we threw, like, a welcome back Milliken party at our football house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the best parties.
So
that
let me
I've
cut
ever
you
been
off
to.
before you finish that.
All right.
So obviously, you guys sitting there and taking it on and all this other crap. For some people that may be wondering and all that stuff, what goes into planning something of that nature?
So I
Or
remember
do you-
it's a lot of, I would say a lot of it is word of mouth. Social media definitely helped too. I think we posted it, Gabe or Mize or me, I forget who. We posted it on our like Snap story at the time, Snapchat. And then just kind of word of mouth. We told all the, all of our friends who told their friends. We told the baseball guys. We told the volleyball girls. We told the basketball guy. We told everyone pretty much. And, word of mouth was huge. Everyone talks to everyone on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So, long story short, we're just hanging out, pre-gaming, and next thing I know, like Mize was saying, there's like 300 plus people at our house. It was insane. And that was the first party, the first big party at Milliken that year, that school year. And I was like sitting on the rooftop, and I specifically remember talking to some guys, and I'm like, dude, Milliken's back, bro. Milliken is back, dude. This is awesome. It's actually fun again. No one's bothering us. And that party was straight. Everything was cool. No drama, no shooting, no nothing. And then
I think that's something that a lot of people forget about too. Is that there was a dip in classes because you guys were sophomores. I was a freshman. Trav and Danny had the OG football house, which really, just for the sake of it, for this, it was, we'll say, is what started it all. But there was that dip from my sophomore year to your junior year, and it's crazy to think about. Like during that time, there wasn't really a house. We sat there and it was all wood shit at that time. And like I totally forgot about like that dip that it took. But then even more so to your point, because I remember going out that night too, because it was one of our like first times out of the year, for the year.
I think it was that year BP Street didn't have. I think the landlords of BP Street were cracking down.
Well, that's because the floor
have
caved
parties
in that
anymore.
year. That BP
no, it was just
in.
the first. It was literally the first weekend that everyone was back. So like we were already settled in because we had football camp. So we were just like, yeah, you guys, can come over here because everyone was still getting there.
I think a majority of us had already been living in the house the whole year because we didn't even leave.
Yeah,
You guys
you
were working
and
home
Gabe
city, right?
and yeah,
Elcher and Rory. Me, Gabe,
Rory.
Rory.
Yep. I think I was the only one who went home. Me and Jake Rob. Well, Jake didn't live in the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was the only one who wasn't there who lived over the summer. So, yeah, but that party was kind of like, hey, this is what Milliken is like.
We're setting the precedence for the year.
Right. Yeah. And it was great, dude. It was awesome. I was so pumped that whole week. I'm like, and then, we had our first game. I believe it was a home game. And then we had a party.
It was my first year back. It was Hope. Hope was our first game.
Yeah, and they were at home, right?
No, we were at Hope. Because we got back at like 4 a.m.
Damn.
Oh, that's right. And then we never went out.
Yeah.
And so it must have been a second game when we played Greenville.
It was my first year back after taking a year off junior year.
Yeah. And then Greenville, we played it. I want to say it was Greenville. We played at home.
No,
and that was like
Greenville our senior year. It was who was it?
We went right in a conference after that.
Did we?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
we played North Central or Augustana right after Hope.
no, because the first two games are out of conference. So, is it, or is it the first game? I
It's
thought
the
it was the
first
first two games we played out of
because
conference.
we had Hope and then I think we had a bye.
Maybe we did have a bye.
Because we were always like a first week buy or something. That's why I remember, because we used to go to the bar.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, whatever week it was, I remember we had a
Thank
party
you.
that weekend. I know for sure though, for Hope we did not have a party. We had like a pregame. We drank and we got home at like
we drank on the bus. We got home. We all got we had beer waiting for us. We drank and then we kind of did our own thing.
Yeah. No, we didn't have a party. I don't even think. I think we got back when everything was dead because it was like 2 or 3 or 4 a.m. I can't remember. But that second weekend we had a party, and that's when everything started to go downhill.
So we go here from sitting here talking about the kickoff and everything is back and everything is falling in line perfectly.
Right.
Now, a story that comes to mind where things got chaotic, and it's one of my favorite stories of all time, is Hate Your Body Week wine night at your guys' place.
Let me grab another soda pop for this one.
I'm gonna need Graham to reconcile what happened that night because I don't really remember it. I know. I just know because your story is what happened that night. I don't really remember it too much.
So let me do a brief explanation on if anyone's tuning in later on what Hate Your Body Week is. I'm sure most people who are doing this knows what it is anyway.
Yes, please.
But it is Saturday to Saturday, straight drinking every night, and it's themed. So senior year, football house, 1013 West Wood Street. Every Wednesday during Hate Your Body Week, we do Wolf of Wine Street. What was it? CEOs and office hose was the dress.
Yeah.
So, my short story, at least for my half, my freshman year, I was never really a big wine drinker. My freshman year was the first time, and it happened all 4 years. My freshman year, 2015, was the first time I ever drank that much wine in my life. I did slap the bag, and I remember my partner was not a fan of wine and did not drink as much as I thought he was going to. We'll leave it at that. So I ended up drinking probably about, I would say, 80%, maybe 85% of my bag of wine by myself. And I've never been more sick in my entire life. So from freshman year,
You would have thought he was
never, and it was, what was it? Not Franzia. What's the other? It was like the cheap, sugary wine.
What's the popular box wine?
Bear-
Red and all that.
Oh, it's not Barefoot. I know, like the Walmart brand, like the Walmart boxes.
Yeah, it's like a
white,
box,
the white
dude.
box.
Yeah,
Super sugary.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's what me and my partner did freshman year, and
Franzia.
yeah, we came in like, I want to say technically we came in third or fourth because Belcher threw up past the 30 minutes,
Oh,
so he
damn.
lost. So they finished first, and then he puked.
Was this our senior year?
No, this is freshman year. I'm just giving the backstory of why I don't drink wine anymore.
I remember I think it was junior year or sophomore year, Belcher and his brother did it, and they finished the whole bag in like 12 minutes.
No, that was
Damn.
freshman year.
Was it freshman year?
That was. Oh, you know what?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it was freshman year, dude.
No,
because
I don't think so.
it was either freshman or sophomore year. Because
I'm pretty sure Trav and Danny were in the football house at that time.
Yeah, it
So
was in the.
That was our
it was-
sophomore year.
Yeah, it could have been because
But
we were in the.
Torrin-
No, we weren't. We weren't.
Torrin and all them were in the football house our freshman year.
Yeah, dude, it was our. I'm 100% sure it was our freshman year because we were at the football house. They were all living there. Yeah, Torrin, Trav, Danny, they were all there. They were living in the house. And Belcher, I thought he was dying because he was throwing up straight red. I thought it was blood.
He went right out the window in the main room.
Yeah. Dude, I was like, oh my god, dude, he's
And his
dying.
brother was like, "Don't you fucking throw up."
Yes. Yes. So, and then, dude, so long story short, the next day I woke up, I think I went to the ER, dude. I thought I was
No,
dying.
you laid in bed all day the next day, and then you went to the ER like at like 9 p.m.
Yeah, dude,
You were like, "Oh, I think I'm fucking dying."
I thought I was dying.
He had like a gas bubble.
Dude, my stomach hurt so bad. I was pale, dude. That's back when I was growing my hair out. So I had super long hair and I was in my bed all day. And for whatever reason, when I got super hammered hold on. What's up? Okay, let's go. Time out. Mize, you go.
I don't know where he was going with that, but I remember he did. It was during Hit Your Body Week. He had expired hurricanes, and he ended up getting so sick off of them that he was.
What the fuck's a hurricane?
I don't remember who made them. I think it was Bud. It was like I think it was Anheuser Busch that made them. They were hurricanes. You know, like the mixed drink or hurricane.
Yeah.
It's like rum and all that stuff, but it was in like can form. And because it's not all liquor, it had like an additive to it, like I think a soda or something. It expired, and we got them on discount at Hot Spots. He bought those. He drank them all one night, and I'm getting so sick from him that he skipped all of our. Me and Graham had classes together every single day on our freshman year. So we would always like roll over in bed and be like,
Classmates from
And
go back over and skip class.
Same thing.
This day,
Bud
though,
Light Hurricanes, dude.
He was
They were all
so-
expired. They were all expired, dude.
He just goes back. He just goes back.
He was so sick that he moved his mattress off of his bed frame into the middle of the floor in our dorm room on Blackburn. And just laid there throwing up in a garbage can all day. And then finally I came home after all the classes and he was gone. He had gone to the ER. He had like a massive gas bubble in his stomach
Uh-huh.
that the doctor had to pop.
Oh my god.
Dude, it was the worst pain I've ever been in my life. It was awful.
So how do you even get that? So what was it? Was it just like a big ass bubble inside your stomach that they saw?
Dude, it was a bubble inside my intestines. It wasn't even like... Yeah, bro. It hurt. And I don't know how... They don't know how I got it, why,
Worst
what
poop of his
caused
life.
it. But I thought, dude... Yeah, that's why I don't drink wine. I don't drink, like, really sugary drinks, dude. I stick to
Beer.
soda pops and just, whiskey, dude. It's just, that's it, man. I can't do that anymore. So, that was kind of when I went back. But our senior year, Wolf of Wine Street story was insane, dude. Insane. Hate Your Body Week at our football house, 1013 Westwood. Where do I start? I never participated. I did, I drank other stuff, but Mize, everyone else participated.
No, just say it. I was a fucking degenerate. I went for every event.
Yeah. Well, my sophomore year, junior year, and senior year, I went to every single event all 3 years. My freshman year, I think I only went to like 3. Senior year, Wolf of Wine Street, dude. My favorite story was when I was in my room with Amber, and Mize came in my room. So I lived on the second floor. Mize was obliterated, dude. Obliterated. My window was open. I had no screen. And Mize, thinking it was a good idea, tries to jump head first, Superman dive, out of my second-story window.
Where were you going to land?
Your bed was in front of the window, too.
Yeah. So this dude literally starts from my door and Superman jumps out of my window. And luckily, me and Amber grab his feet so he doesn't fly out of the window. And he goes, "All right, I'm gonna come back up." And he starts reaching for our hands, and then me and Amber, who are also, not of the right state of mind, try to release his ankles to try to grab his hand, but we weren't thinking, and let Mize fly right off the roof.
No.
He successfully jumped out of the roof,
No.
and for whatever reason, there was snow on the ground, and for whatever reason, we had this big metal futon that was in our front lawn. Had no cushions, nothing in it. It was just a metal futon.
Oh.
I'm not kidding, dude. Mize was literally like 2 inches from hitting his head on the futon because it was buried in the snow. And he literally does a somersault, lands on his butt, gets up, and just walks right into the party.
Dude, there's no
Like nothing
shot.
happened.
There's no shot you did that. I always think about doing that shit. But
Yeah, dude, I thought he was dead.
I think the cops were like sitting down the block too and watched it because they came and broke up the party like 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
They just saw, man.
Yeah, dude, could you imagine being the guy who's like standing on the porch having a conversation, looking out to the street, and you just see a 6'2", 245-pound guy just fly off the roof? I mean, it was insane. Dude.
I think I was wearing the white fur coat too.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. But that party was a lot of fun.
Dude,
what about the window?
we used to get kegs every week, or like at the beginning of the year, our senior year. I think we got a keg every Monday for like the first 3 months of the year.
Damn. So a lot of money was spent.
No, because it would pretty much just be $75 to refill the keg.
Oh, I didn't know you could just refill it.
And then it's like I think a keg's like 360 beers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. And then, I mean, honestly, like, the most expensive part was the frickin' tap for it. It was like $125 or something.
Damn.
The taps were expensive because they never worked.
Yeah, right. And, well, yeah. I remember, dude, freshman year we stole someone's, but that's a story for another time.
Well, keg races, dude. Keg races in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about our senior year?
Well, I mean, keg races was dope when it was in the BP lot, and then we had to organize it our senior year in the old keg races lot.
Dude, yes. BP, our freshman and sophomore year, and I think you guys got the tail end of, like, just an outstanding keg races.
I think
because
I don't know if Nate did.
Was it the one where it was like the open line where it was down? I don't know.
It was all gravel.
It was all. I think I don't remember. Do you like? You
It
guys?
was in the rear of the
Okay.
BP street.
Yeah, it was in the rear of all the baseball houses, the BP street, everything.
Okay.
And I don't know, because you guys were sophomores when you were freshmen. So I want to say our sophomore year, did they bring out that camo bus in the back?
It was our freshman year.
That was our freshman year. Okay, so yeah, so there was some
That was your sophomore year too. So
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
the only
dude, 'cause
keg
you ever
race that
split her
Nate
butt cheeks open?
experienced.
And that was sophomore year. Fell off the top of the roof of the bus and got a hook in her ass cheek. We had to go to the ER.
Oh,
Freshman year, I broke my tailbone jumping off the top of that roof.
you
Yeah,
were
dude, yeah.
hooked.
I
dude,
was incapacitated for like 4 days, and it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, hilarious. So I think after our sophomore year, so our junior year, they didn't have the bus, but it was still at BP Street. And then obviously senior year, we had to do it in a different lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the best stories and the best stuff ever came from the keg races our freshman, sophomore, and junior year behind the BP house. Those were the 3 best keg races ever. Ours was.
You remember
fun too, but
you remember when they had the band our freshman year?
yeah, dude, it was fire.
Fucking Katako was on the drums and shit, dude.
McMahon got behind the microphone and Rory got on the fucking bass.
And dude, Jared Finley, Wyatt's friend from Shelbyville, got on the drums, and they were all killing it.
And they were fucking wilding and dialing, bro.
Yeah,
Damn.
dude, it was awesome, dude. It was awesome.
I fucking wish, dude. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, dude, it was so much fun. Not a care in the world. No freaking cops came. Oh, you know what? Cops did come sophomore year, but they left right away.
They did a lap.
Yeah.
They were pretty much like, oh, yep, these all look like students. We're good.
Yeah. Dude, it was awesome. I never made it past like 1 p.m. I always went back to the
freshman year. I think you left at like noon.
Yeah, dude, I was out, dude. I was so tired because the night our freshman year, before we went to keg races,
we were out until like 3 a.m.
Got obliterated, dude, obliterated, and it was in the dorm room. It was in Blackbird Hall. We just got obliterated, and it was a good time. Just the bros.
It's tradition. It's the pre-keg race because everybody comes back into town that graduated already.
Right. Yep.
So it's like the pre-tradition, like, oh, we're all going out, we're all getting fucked up, like we're just gonna hang out and booze as hard as we can, and then we're gonna wake up at 11 and fucking go hard again.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what we did, dude. I think usually when did keg races start? Like 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. on the dot, and then we do the
the national anthem.
We would do the national anthem, and then the initial keg stand to start everything off.
Yep. And then honestly though, like, it really wasn't. I know they called it keg races, but it really wasn't like whoever finished the first keg. It's like that's it. You know, it was just more of like a social thing, and it was just so much fun, dude.
And I think that one of the things that came along with it too is for us being such a small school and stuff, how many people from these big universities actually came down with their own groups to sit there and participate.
Right.
Like, that was what, like, we were on the map for. Like, there were people that have all the access to these insano fraternity parties and house parties and clubs on the campus town and all that stuff. But how special keg races was, they would sit there and they would rather go put money in to get a keg and sit in a gravel lot all day. So I think that speaks volumes to, you know, how big of an event it was, but also like that was our calling card, you know, right. Especially towards the end of the year for sure. And then obviously, you know, it kind of started getting harder and harder, you know, the last couple years that we all had there and stuff. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Something about just having everyone there and just having all that camaraderie, and you're just sitting there chilling out with everybody. I mean, it's just there's nothing like it at all.
I've brought it up a couple times to a couple different people, but I guess this is the best time ever to announce it.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to get a reunion keg races style event going on where we find it local, be it Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, even Indiana, Iowa, a local campground. We buy every single spot for the whole weekend. Everybody gets tents or campers or whatever they've got available. We go out and we just we try to have a good time.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing if we could get as many people as we can from a normal campground has like 15 to 20 spaces. That's enough room for plenty of tents, plenty of campers. People wanted to do it. It doesn't even have to be kegs. It could just be drinks or whatever you want. Everybody has their own fire pit. I think it'd be a really good opportunity for everybody to just kind of have an out of touch with reality moment.
I think that, I go back to tie it in with, when we sat there and we decided to go on and create this podcast and stuff. Obviously, we would love to see where it would go and all that stuff, but we've sat there and we're acting as like the yearbook, the audio yearbook that we never had from this place. And I think what we're finding more and more, and we obviously had a call with you guys, a week or two ago, whatever it was, and I think one of the points that was hit on the most is like, since this has started, coming out and like the conversations have started, like, we're hearing from people that normally maybe you get one text from, a month, all this other crap, and, some names pop up in your head that you haven't hit up in a while, and, how much of that, like, we filmed two other episodes this week, and to sit there and hear it from all different angles, man, like, you got football guys, we're hearing it from people that, like, were more participants in shit that we did back then. Like, the one thing that I think everyone's foaming at the mouth for is to sit there and change it up, get that little break from reality. And to be honest with you, I think that's the perfect fucking thing that you could sit there and do. And obviously we're going to sit there and we're going to be advertising it on here. We'll put up some of Mize's socials or whatever. So if you want to reach out to him, get your name on a list and all that other stuff, Graham, if you want to do it too, we can get you in there as well. And really, really see if that can happen, man. I mean, there are a lot of faces that we haven't seen in a long time. And I think sitting there like walking back in a goddamn time machine, dude. Like, just sitting there getting a break from everything, man. I mean, work can
open the time capsule.
Yeah, right.
Pretty fucking much. So if that interests any of you, like I said, we'll have Nate put some stuff up at the end of the video that you can sit there and click on or whatever, and we can get that accounted for.
We can make T-shirts for it. It can be an annual, biannual, triannual, quad-annual thing. Every 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, every year we do it, where it's just like a Milliken thing,
Yeah,
we get Milliken. Well, people from every year.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what year you went, just show up and are like, yeah, hey, these are my stories. I remember keg races. This is my story.
Right.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't think you. And then, yeah, I mean, you guys said it pretty perfectly. You can't go back in time, but you can look forward to the future. And I think this could be something that people could look forward to. And just seeing everyone again, like you said, a break from reality is really what this is. Seeing all the old dogs from Milliken and talking about the good old days and, where you're at in life now, and just kind of a break from reality, because, the whole world right now just sucks. And maybe it's just, it's just coming from a perspective of me and Josh, seeing the worst of it. But the world just isn't like it was in college, where nothing mattered. You didn't have to worry about money or people or, just worldly problems. It's just you're in a dome. You're focused on what the next party is and what person you're gonna, be with later, whatever you want to put in your mind. But it's times change as you get older, and it could be for the better or the worst. But just having that interaction with people who you knew you had a good time with back in college would be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't think you could have put it any better, dude. I mean, plain simple. You hit everything on the head there.
Yeah.
And I like I said, man. I mean, the beauty of all of this is that it's only going to get as far as other people's participation goes. I mean, that goes for everything that we're talking about here, whether it be the podcast, whether it be the event, whatever way you want to look at it. I think sitting there, dude, and I think seeing some familiar faces, I don't think it can get any better than that, dude. Like you said, there's a lot of darkness in this world now. It's unfortunate, but, that's just kind of...
Seeing some familiar faces, touching back in reality with, like, how it was in college could be... I wouldn't go as far as say life-saving, but I think it would be on, I think it would help set people on the right path as to, where they if they're in like a tight place and they're not really, too sure as to, what path they should go on. I think, always being able to touch back with like where you came from and remembering the good times, it always is able to set you back on like a good idea of what path you should be taking in life. Because I know there's probably people out there still that maybe in a job they don't like, or they've been jumping job to job to job since they've graduated, trying to figure out like, oh, I majored in this and I don't really like this, but touching back in and seeing what other people are doing with their life, especially the people that they partied with and may have never thought that they might be doing something that they're actually doing now. I think touching base with them and being like, oh wow, like they're doing this and it sounds like it's this, and I kind of have the same ideas as this person. I think it can help a lot of people too who might be in like an uncertain part of their life, which that post graduation, a couple of years after post graduation is kind of like that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a toss up as to what am I doing with my life? I graduated college. I have this degree. What does that mean though?
Yeah, that's
some people major in stuff that they don't even have like an intention and any intentions of pursuing a career in that path. They just got a degree because it was something that they could get a degree in, so that they could hold the piece of paper, because that's kind of what society tells us. Hey, you need a degree. You need a degree if you want to be successful in life. Yeah. But yet, they didn't really gain any experience as to how or what really entices them that makes them happy that they may want to go down a path in.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's a huge networking opportunity. When I say networking, I think people can misconstrue like how I'm meaning it in this situation. So normally when you hear somebody sit there and say it's a huge networking opportunity, you're sitting there and you're thinking about jobs. It could be. There's an aspect of that networking that you could sit there and you could get in contact with, where you could sit there and some dude over there is a cop. You could hear more about it. They could tell you everything that you need to be prepared for and all that crap. You could sit there. You can meet a digital media designer. You can do this. You can do that. All of it, and you can get that experience. But the other side of that networking too is that I'd like to believe to a certain extent, while some people may be getting married, some people may have kids, some people may not know what the fuck they're doing, some people are still, at the very beginning of figuring everything out. Everyone's going through the same thing at the same time, just maybe at different levels of it.
I think everybody's had, that slight tinge of uncertainty post-graduation.
Uh-huh. You feel lonely.
Some people have had it longer than others. Other people have had just a short bout of it. Mm-hmm. But I think everybody's had some type of battle or some type of influence of uncertainty post graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I think it's a dark, lonely. It can be a dark, lonely time, and I think another aspect of it too is like with some individuals, and this is just in my experience, you really start to see, what people are, how much you're worth to someone, especially when you get to that period of time, because you're about to embark on,
Life.
one of the last couple of journeys that you're going to be going on, for the rest of your life. The next thing is marriage, kids, all that other stuff, depending on, of course, where you're at. But, to sit there and go back to, like, what the point that you made, Mize, I mean, yeah, dude, it's people being good people, man. Not enough people sit there and have the conversation. We see too much bad shit happen when they don't. And I think that you guys, sitting there, kind of partnering up with us, and sitting there and maybe trying to make this event happen. I think it hits everything that it needs to. The break from reality, that kind of sitting there checking mental health, all that other crap, man. I mean, Graham, you put it best too, man. I mean, the world is fucking dog shit. And it's not getting fucking any better by the day, unfortunately. So the little things like this that you can do, it makes you got to make the most of it. So
right,
yeah, dude, I think we hit this with the ground running, and we just we try and sit there and put something together, man. I know Nate and I would have no problem sitting there, holding up our end of it and shit. So yeah, dude, let's fucking do it and see where this goes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate the podcast, and just something to add. Like, you heard your parents maybe say it, and everyone else say it, but college is the best 4 years of your life. And I mean, in a way, it really is. You just, along your life, you have different journeys, right? So I got slapped with life pretty hard. When I freshly graduated college, I found out I was, me and my girlfriend Amber were having a baby. So life for me came a lot faster than it would for other people. Mm-hmm. And I just, and I think, everyone's path it's meant for a reason. And I love being a dad. So that kind of made me think, of getting a job and whatever. But I think that, meeting with people who we went to college with and sharing stories and talking to is a good, it does a lot of good. It's a break from reality, like you guys said.
It's a stress reliever too.
Just meeting and hanging out with people, and talking about the good old times. Because, like I said, a lot of people are like, "Hey, college was the best 4 years of my life," And I want to be the first person on here to say, anyone who's watching this and is struggling, you can always reach out. And I know any of the other three guys, you can always reach out to them too if you guys are struggling. We're here for you. We were one big community back in the day. We'll always be one community to this day. All you got to do is reach out. And I know, speaking on the behalf of the other three guys in this video chat, we would be willing to help you. So,
that's kind of the whole idea behind, old Milliken used to be, doesn't matter who you were, what you believed in. It was always kind of like, you want to party, you want to have a good time, welcome.
Yeah.
So long as you're not ruining anybody else's time, you're more than welcome here.
Yeah.
And especially once you get into the real world, you find out a lot of people don't have that same mentality as to, you're welcome here. It's more of like you got to have a specific or set, mindset or way that you act, or, ideals or morals, and then we can vibe. It's the old Milliken was always just we have one singular thing in common. We want to have a drink, and we just want to meet new people. Mm-hmm. And that's I think that was the ultimate way that so many people felt so comfortable at Milliken back in the day when me and Graham first started.
Yeah, see, it's not like that anymore. Because it's crazy how you guys say that you guys never have problems at your parties. You guys like nowadays. At least whenever I was in school, everybody has beef with each other. Nobody likes each other. The camaraderie that you guys have every day nowadays is it completely completely diminished. Like you guys say, you guys were friends with baseball players. Now we have problems with baseball players. We have problems with literally every single sport. And I don't know, like, if obviously just as it wasn't probably when you guys were there, but whenever you guys left, everybody hated the football team just because of how certain people acted, and then all this all this shit that's going on with the world and people's point of views just not connected. Everybody just fucking fights with each other. So
yeah, it sucks, dude. Like we didn't at Milliken, dude. At least when we were there for our 4 years. We didn't care where you came from, what your background was, what beef you had with each other. No one cared. You know,
the only thing we cared about was, I mean, it's cliche, but it's win or lose, you still booze. You know, we're all a team, and we're all gonna drink, we're all gonna have a good time, we're all gonna cry about what we want to cry about. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna ruin somebody else's time just because you feel that you're better than someone else. It's all a matter of we're all here for the same things.
People just don't see it.
Take a load off because we've all had a stressful week or we all had a stressful day.
Exactly. People.
Well, let me ask you this though. So with everything that we just discussed, I mean, it definitely got real deep, and for all the viewers out there, I mean, we mean all of this 110%. You need help, reach out. But so with the ideologies that you guys have had, because of this experience, because of this entity that this house was, and the camaraderie, the togetherness, the brotherhood, etc. How have you sat there and have you applied that to your guys' life now? Do you feel like that is a large part of who you are today?
Absolutely. I'll be the first to say my brothers are the ones who shaped me. Everything that we've been through on and off the field has made me who I am today. Aside from, the people that I looked up to in my life, a lot of the people that I looked up to in my life were living right next to me all 4 years. Josh, Gabe, Rory, Belcher, Ramos, all those guys, they all had a certain aspect that I admired and I liked, and we were all close, and we did literally everything together all the time, 24/7. And I can tell you hand and feet that none of us at any time had beef longer than 30 seconds, like you were talking. Like, if you had a beef, it got over like that. It was over, because it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying?
It was settled by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, it just wasn't worth it. Your time, every year goes by faster. Your time with your best buds, your life pals, and all of them will be life pals. No matter how old I get, until we all die, we're going to be best friends. I still talk to Gabe. I talk to Mize every single hour of the day. Gabe I talk to every day. Some of the other guys I wish I talk to more, but, life happens. I still try to get in contact with them. But, life is too short to be worried about what type of beef you have with someone. And, I wish the whole world understood that, but people don't. It's just something that, the camaraderie and the friendship and the brotherhood will just stick with me forever. And the all 4 years at Milliken of living with the same good people and individuals have made me who I am today. A lot of those same values and ethics and responsibilities or unresponsibilities will be with me forever, So
Milliken's mission statement.
Right, yeah, right. So even throughout all my time at Milliken, I do not regret a single second of it. So,
what about you, Chuckle Nuts?
I mean, I would say for a majority of what Graham said, I agree with. Just the profession that we're in now, I would say I'm a lot more susceptible to people's bullshit and calling them out on their bullshit. Other than that, I always try to just vibe with everybody that I come into contact with. I always try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I always try to understand where they're coming from. when I first meet them, and then if I give them so many chances, you can only give somebody so many chances before you're like, all right, I can't deal with this person anymore. But for the most part, I feel like I'm very understanding of everybody just trying to have a good time when they're trying to have a good time. Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be, I wouldn't say popular, but everybody wants to just be the idea that pops into somebody's mind when something happens, be it for good or bad. Everybody wants to be like, oh yeah, I'm considered with this thing, or I'm considered with that thing, or people think of me as nice. When people are trying to compare other people to nice, they think of me, and so on and so forth. So I always try to give everybody, the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. And I always try to figure out whether or not they're, who they're trying to be. Graham said it best. When you hang out with so many people every single day of every single year for the last 4 years to 5 years, I mean, we're pretty much all one and the same. We're a unified embodiment of what our personalities are. Baylor's my Flick, Diatone's Baylor, Ramos is Glory. We're all one because we've all kind of influenced each other as how we go about life.
Yeah, I fucked with that, dude. That's a really good point. I love having conversations like this just because, I mentioned it earlier, there's not enough people out there that actually sit there and mean what they're saying, or even have the balls to sit there and have the conversation, you know what I mean? So, to sit there and express these things, but also to show how special that bond in that time period was, like, it wasn't all just immaturity, sitting there throwing a party, getting drunk, and all that shit. Like, there was some real life family shit there that is getting carried on into, this next phase of life with children, with marriages, with everything, man. And that's what this is. What all I ever wanted this to be about is exactly what the hell we just talked about right now. So I'm really glad that you guys sat there and brought all that good stuff up, because it means a lot coming from you guys. We look up to you. We've been looking up to you since we were, teenagers. Hard to believe it at this point, even though we were 19. So I guess for 1 year, but
you're still a teenager.
Still got the teen in it.
Hey, it's still crazy to believe that I'm about to be 27.
Jeez.
I graduated 7 years ago almost.
Man.
Dude, that's what 7 years ago, dude. That's wild.
Me and Graham have known each other for 11 years.
Yeah,
that's nutty.
Yeah, look at you guys now, still fucking next to each other. Because that's another thing too. A lot of people especially in high school, but that's a whole different side. But a lot of people just disconnect as soon as they graduate.
No. 10 years, 2014 to 2023 now.
No,
almost 10 years.
20. Yeah, because we met senior year shot putting. So,
yeah.
We're
I don't know. Like Graham said, we're not mathematicians. That's where we're fucking.
But you guys are living proof that that you guys like you said, brotherhood is. It's forever. You meet your brothers and sisters at college, and a lot of people as soon as they graduate, they just disconnect and they forget all the 4 years you guys did shit with each other. He tried to save your life. He jumped off the window, and you guys are still good.
I wouldn't say I learned, but I kind of inherited from Milliken were what I'm phenomenal friends with the people that I went to the academy with.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that I was just hanging out with people that I was in the academy with tonight before I got on the podcast. like we try to stay in touch as much as we can, and the same way I acted in college, and in the mindset of how I was talking, if you're just here to have a good time, let's have a good time, and let's just talk about how shitty, the real life shit is, and let's have a good time while we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of mindset that I went into with the individuals that I went through the academy experience with, getting smoked in the hallways, getting drilled and going through, punishment with, and, I'm still really good friends with, I would say 13 out of the, 30 people that I went to the academy with.
Yeah. And I guess as it's kind of coming to an end, if there's anyone watching this, who's still in college, if you don't know what you're doing by the time you graduate college, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. I was having a baby, and I was 22 years old, 22 years old, not knowing what I was going to do, and I was having a baby. Had no idea. There's a path for everyone, and you will find it. Do not freak out. It's not something to stress over. You will find something that fits you, and you will enjoy it, and you will be fine. You will be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I graduated in health, fitness, and recreation.
Literally, exactly.
I had a personal training certification.
Yes.
I went to Michigan to go work in industrial sales, and I worked in industrial sales for 2 years.
And I was a bartender. I bartended for a year.
I hated it so much that this guy right next to me ended up convincing me to apply for the police department that he was working for. I took a chance. I quit my job before I even knew if I was hired, moved back home.
Oh, wow.
Ended up getting hired, and haven't looked back since. And I loved and have loved every second of, doing the job that I'm doing now. It's all a matter of taking chances and, rolling with the blows to see, what you like, what you don't like. Take a job. Don't ever be afraid to take a job. You may not be like, oh, I don't know if I like this job. Take it. It's a resume builder.
Yeah.
Even if you do it for 6 months, it's still on your resume, and it's still something that's building your reliability for the next job. Because who knows, the dream job that you have, they may see that you didn't do 6 months of this shitty fucking bus keeper job, and they're like, oh well, he doesn't know how to roll with the strikes. Take them. Always take the job. Always take the opportunity to make money. Always take any opportunity that's laid at your feet. You may think you're above it. You may think it's beneath you. Don't ever think that. Nothing. You're not too good for anything.
Yeah.
And every opportunity that comes your way is a blessing, and take it.
Yeah, and life is all about experiences. I mean, even still as a 26-year-old man with 2 kids, life is about learning, and you are going to mess up sometimes, and that's okay. That's how you learn. Even as a 26-year-old, okay, with two kids, okay, still not knowing how to be a dad, still not knowing how to be a cop, still not knowing how to be a person, okay, you are going to make mistakes, and it is okay. The way you move forward is you learn from those mistakes and you move on. And that's just part of life. And no matter what you're doing, if you're playing football, if you're a cop, if you're an accountant, if you are a star basketball player or baseball player, you learn from your mistakes and you move on, and that's about life. And a lot of life lessons you may learn early on in your life, or a lot of life lessons you may learn at Milliken, or a lot of life lessons you may be on the job getting shot at on a traffic stop. Whatever life brings you, it's all about how you take it and how you move forward. Mm-hmm. And it says a lot about you, and I think that Milliken and the people at Milliken specifically made me who I am today.
Yeah, and I think I speak for Nate and I, man. We appreciate you guys sitting there and taking the time and, not a lot of people even know this, but I mean, you guys had sat there and reached out to us after watching it and stuff. So, like, you guys took it upon yourselves to sit there and be able to, spread your message and tell your guys' story, which makes our job 10 times easier putting everything together. But more importantly, as cheesy as it sounds, and I think especially in times like this, and, I'm sitting there, I'm getting to my point where I'm starting to kind of get little bits of it figured out. I want to thank the both of you, man, from the bottom of my heart for sitting there and showing us the ropes and, being there for us when you needed to or when we needed it. And, just pretty much, you guys are a very large part of the product that you see here today within myself, within him, within, other faces that, I could sit here and talk for another hour and tell you everybody. You guys played a huge part in all of our lives, and, like, to sit here not as, boys anymore, but to sit here as men and see how far we all have come and how much farther we're going to keep on fucking going, it's an amazing thing. So from the bottom of my heart, man, I got nothing but love for the both of you. Thank you guys for sitting here and coming on and supporting us and, even taking it upon your guys yourself to sit there and, put something together for everyone else. So, I got love for the both of you, man. You guys, I was lucky enough to be able to hang out with you guys and get to call you guys brothers and friends, man, and it means the absolute world to me, so I appreciate you guys.
Same here. Love you guys. I remember the first time that I saw you guys whenever I went there. You guys I knew you guys were great dudes. You guys have amazing personalities. And I knew that you guys were going to be able to do great things. And I knew you guys were going to be successful with whatever you guys do. And I really do appreciate all the stuff that you said. Because, it's like people like me that, like, just straight out of college, I'm doing a job that I don't want to do. But it was the only job that pays decently well. And it just builds with my resume. Same thing with everything that you said. So, like, it speaks up to me. Like, it really touched me there. So I can't imagine all the other people that are going to be helping out there, because they really do. And a lot of people do need to hear it first.
For sure.
I mean, going off what you just said, like, I graduated in the height of COVID.
There was that too. Yeah.
I had an opportunity to take a job, and I took it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew there wasn't going to be many opportunities. I could either sit on my ass and wait for something to open up once everything died down, or I could take the job offer that I've been given in the height of COVID and roll with it and roll with the punches. And it just really opened up my world to the type of experiences and the type of people that I could be dealing with. And I mean, all in all, I wouldn't be the person. I wouldn't be as open as I am. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be able to really have the view of the world that I do without my parents, my aunt, my uncle, who, pretty much have raised me since high school. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And, they've really implemented a whole lot of their ideals and their lifestyle into me. So, if anything, don't thank me, thank them.
Shout out Aunt and Uncle.
And with that, thank you guys for having us on the podcast. I think that where you guys are going with this and your whole aspect behind doing it is awesome. And I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck, and we'll always be here for you guys. And seriously, if anyone wants to reach out, I will be here for you guys, and I'm very excited. Yeah, right. And I'm very excited to see where your guys' podcast takes you.
Oh, thank you.
For sure.
I appreciate that, man.
Really appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Well, that's today's episode, folks. So thank you for tuning in to Party at the Football House, and we'll catch you next time.
Deuce.
Hey!